Good morning, friends. It's time for Trainer Tip Tuesday, and this time it's actually Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about inner thigh exercises and just give you a couple of various options to do and, of course, talk a little bit about form. You'll probably notice that in anything that has to do with legs, so if you've watched my other Trainer Tip Tuesdays, a lot of the form cues are the same. So that might help you remember. So things like keeping your knees in line with your, in the same leading the same direction as your toes, keeping your knees behind the front knee in a lunge or whatever, behind your toes. So there are some tips that translate throughout the various exercises. So you'll hear me say those things again. All right. So let's talk about inner thighs. Obviously, these are your adductors. The way I think about that, the way I remember, is in the midline of your body, down the middle of your body. Those are the muscles that add a body part to you. Does that make sense? So if you're out here, your adductors are what pull your leg in. So any move that brings your legs towards the midline of the body is going to work your inner thighs. Okay, so one of the most common inner thigh exercises is actually a sumo squat. So let me talk you through that first. A sumo squat, now a static sumo squat, you're not actually going to bring your legs in, but when you come out of the squat, you're going to think about really engaging right here to pull in. You will, if you do it right, you'll feel it in your inner thighs, okay? So back up a little bit so you can see. My toes are pointed about 45 degrees away. My tailbone is tucked under, my core is tight. I'm gonna lower straight down so my tailbone goes straight down to the floor, not out. In a normal squat, you're sitting your butt back, not in a sumo. You're going straight down. So again, your hands can be on your hips, they can be in front of you. You can even hold weights if you want to. But as you go down, these are my knees. Your knees are gonna track in the same direction as your toes. So mine are out this way. You might be in a little bit more, might be out a little bit more. It depends on the flexibility of your hips. So you're gonna go down, and as you come up, engage right here. Sometimes I like to think about pulling my knees in slightly, all right? Pulling them this way. So down and in. If you can really think about engaging here, you'll really feel it in your inner thighs. So you can set a timer for a minute. It's kind of up to you. I'm going to turn to the side now so you can see it from the side. You'll notice I'm not arching my back and I'm also not bending way forward. So straight up and down, eyes forward, down and up, down and up. That's a sumo squat. Now, if you want to make that a little bit, add a little bit of movement to that, make it a little bit more inner thigh intensive, you can alternate pulling the leg in. So again, think about adding to the midline of your body. So you're going to squat and add, down and add. All right, and you can do that alternating sides, which would look like this, coming in. Again, really think about engaging your inner thigh as you pull up. Now, what other exercise, I don't know why I'm asking you, this is a video, jumping jacks are great for your inner thighs. Why? Because every time you jump in, you're using those adductors to pull your legs in. Okay, so we have our basic jack. Sorry, this is our basic jack. You can add a little bit of a squat to it. You can also add a jump, okay? This is one of my favorite high impact. So if high impact is not good for you, don't do it, all right? The sumo squat with pulling one leg in at a time is a perfect modification for this. But this is one of my favorite high impact inner thigh exercises, all right? So you're gonna be down and then jump. And when you come in, think about having your legs straight in the air. A lot of times people think about bringing their heels together and that misses the inner thigh. Think about bringing your inner thighs together. So I'll do it a couple more times. All right, so sumo squats, that was a whole sumo squat progression. Another really good exercise is just narrow squats. Feet together, knees together and think about pulling your inner thighs together. This is one exercise where if you can make that thigh gap disappear, you know you're engaging your inner thighs, all right? Pretend you have a ball or a balloon or something between your inner thighs and you're trying to hold it, and you're just gonna squat. Now, this is much harder on balance because I've made my stability, my brain's not working. I've made it smaller. The further your feet are apart, the easier it is to balance. So obviously this is really narrow, so it's gonna be a little tougher. You may have a smaller range of motion, especially at first. But the same rules apply as do for regular squats. Tailbone goes back, sit back and down, core is tight, back is flat, and come up. You're just really engaging your inner thighs. So if I could show you the video, or if you went back and looked at the video of my regular squat, that narrow squat would look the same from the side. Only difference is my legs are completely together. All right? So those are great. You can also just do little pulses, but really engage here. All right? So there is your Trainer Tip Tuesday, some ideas for inner thigh exercises. Have fun. Bye.